sustainable growth of our city. This is no small task, so the mayor really challenged us to form a public-private partnership engaging all sectors to power our workforce forward and to tackle the issues that will better connect people to jobs and sustainable careers. The work began with the advisory committee, and that is now a cross-functional council headed by Tim Marks, who is here with us today. The apprenticeship, thank you, Tim. The apprenticeship ordinance is central to the work to create and sustain a comprehensive pipeline of skilled labor to support the economy so that we can learn, grow, and provide for our families as the city grows. I could talk about this vision forever, but I imagine you want to hear it from the visionary herself, Mayor Jane Castor.
Thank you so much, Brenda. As she said, this has been a day that we have worked so hard to reach. And I too want to thank Tim Marks for all that he has done, not only for our community through Metropolitan Ministries, but he has been there every step of the way assisting us at the city. So we're very, very fortunate to have Tim and Isabel Dewey as our co-chairs of our workforce council. So very excited about that. And I also want to thank our City of Tampa team, Andrea Zellman, Gene Duncan, who wasn't able to be here today, and Brad Baird, who have worked so hard on this apprenticeship ordinance. So thank you for your efforts as well. Yes. So as many of you know, I grew up in the city of Tampa, and my family, my father was a cabinet maker. I was one of 5 children. My father, along with my older brother, opened up Castor Cabinets back in 1977, and it's located in West Tampa. I actually worked there during the summer as I attended the University of Tampa on an athletic scholarship. And it was there that I learned and understood the value of a skilled trade. It was very important. It provided a living for my family, and I knew that it would provide a living for so many others in the city of Tampa. And so that is a focus of this administration. And it's something that I heard out on the campaign trail. I heard from our residents talking about the need for high-paying, skilled jobs out in the community. And I also heard from a lot of our developers about the projects that they had in the works, and they were unable to advance those projects because they didn't have the skilled labor force that they needed. So this was one of the main focuses of my administration. We started off immediately. Another concern with developers is that our development services, the permitting, the zoning, those types of processes were very onerous and also resulted in delays. So the first advisory group that we put together was with the development services, and as a result of that, we saw $4.5 billion in development permitting in the year of 2020. $4.5 billion, that's $1.9 billion increase over 2019, and we did it all while facing the pandemic. And so I'm very, very proud of the changes that have happened in development services, and we reached those changes through that partnership with the community and with the developers. But I also heard that need for the skilled workers from all levels. I personally come from, as I said, a family of cabinet makers, and the individuals that I grew up with, they made it in the skilled trades, owning their own plumbing service, owning their own cabinet shop, becoming carpenters, trim carpenters, electricians, a number of those different areas. But here in the city of Tampa, we are attracting so many organizations, so many businesses, that we need to also stay focused on those other areas, medical providers, looking at tech, looking at finance. And so our workforce really expands out to try to cover all areas. So we put a workforce advisory focus group together, and as Brenda McKenzie has alluded to, it resulted in the hiring of Brenda McKenzie to come on and head workforce for the city of Tampa, a new position, and also resulted in the Workforce Council that's going to ensure that all of those recommendations are implemented. One of the cornerstones of the workforce development is this apprenticeship program. And I am so very thankful to be able to have worked with Councilman Vieira. I know that this is very important to him as well, and to work with unions. Hey, Isabel Dewey is here. Thank you again for your participation here. But to be able to work with Councilman Vieira, to be able to work with unions, and to be able to work with the businesses, to come together and create this apprenticeship ordinance that will be in the best interest of all of Tampa. And I think that that is critically important. We are going to focus our workforce and apprenticeship on ending those systemic inequities that we should and will focus all of our programs and initiatives moving forward. They will all have a focus on ending these systemic inequities that we have seen throughout our community in a number of different levels. And we see it throughout development as well. So we have a number of different programs to address that, but today we are talking about the significance and the importance of this apprenticeship ordinance. So what we are looking at is all City of Tampa programs. Projects that are $1 million or more will have 12% apprenticeship participation in those programs. And I think that that is a great start, and we can build upon that. What that will allow for is our residents to get those skilled jobs that will either allow them to enter the workforce, or it will allow them to advance in the job that they already are participating in. So again, this apprenticeship ordinance is just the beginning for us, and it is a way for us to address those systemic injustices that we see throughout the city of Tampa, and also in these development contracts and skilled labor forces. So very, very excited about that, and I feel in my heart that the steps we take today will lead to a better tomorrow for so many Tampanians. And for that, I am very, very proud to be a part of this apprenticeship ordinance. Now I will turn it back over to Brenda McKenzie, and I believe she is going to introduce Councilman Vieira. Thank you.
With meaningful jobs because of your work. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. I first wanted to start by thanking Mayor Jane Castor for her leadership. You know, when we begin on this process in City Council on the things that we can do, the first thing that we do is to see that we have a willing partner with Mayor Jane Castor whenever it comes to issues of economic development and of human dignity. And on these issues, we have not just a partner in Jane Castor, but we have a friend in Jane Castor. So Mayor, thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor, for your leadership. I also wanted to thank, as was indicated, Gene Duncan, who's not with us today, Mr. Brad Baird, and Andrea Zellman, who did so much to forward some of the parts of this apprenticeship ordinance. This certainly wasn't easy work. And I really want to thank especially my colleagues on Tampa City Council as well for their strong support on this. That includes Councilman John Dinkfelder, Councilman Charlie Miranda, Councilman Joe Citro, Chairman Guido Maniscalco, Councilman Orlando Goods, and Councilman, oh my gosh, who'd I, Orlando, Bill Carlson, Councilman Bill Carlson. Sorry, I was trying to go down in order there. But this is such an important initiative. It comes down to the idea of opportunity that people, especially young people in disadvantaged areas in the city of Tampa, whether it's Sulphur Springs, whether it's East Tampa, whether it's the university area, or whether it's West Tampa, all young people want is an opportunity. They just want a chance to take that baseball bat and go up to bat and see where their God-given potential and talent takes them. That's what this apprenticeship ordinance is about. I always say that when we talk about the best and the brightest here in the city of Tampa, and coming back to the city of Tampa, it doesn't just include a lawyer or somebody who went to Emory or Notre Dame. It includes maybe somebody that grew up in Ybor City, somebody that grew up in East Tampa, somebody that grew up in the university area that wants to see a better life for themselves and a better life than their mother or their father had. It includes maybe that returning veteran who's coming home from a service in Afghanistan or Iraq and comes home to one of the helmets to hard hats programs that a lot of our local labor organizations have for our veterans. That's what this is about. As Mayor Castor said, this is a matter of human dignity, a matter of social justice. We hear the cries from so many of our people to wanting to have better economic opportunities for our people. This initiative goes leaps and bounds to making sure that we're able to do that. It has a pathway to the middle class, but a pathway not by giving somebody something, but by challenging somebody, giving people a chance. Again, this is about making sure that young people have a chance to be able to promote and use their God-given potential out there in the market. Put themselves out there and see where that talent goes, and making them a welder, and making them an electrical worker or a pipe fitter or a carpenter in one of our skilled trades, and going on a pathway to the middle class. That's what this is about. So again, thank you so much to Mayor Castor for your wonderful partnership on this issue. Thank you for your leadership from the city of Tampa, and let's go forward with this and continue to create that pathway to the middle class here in Tampa. Thank you.
Any questions? You guys ready to get to work? Yes, they are. Right now we're starting out with the vertical projects, and that will take effect in 6 months. And then the horizontal we're looking at, as many of you know, we just passed a $3 billion pipes program, so that will account for a number of jobs as well. But it will be through the contractors. We will also feed this information through the various workforce training programs that we will implement and we will coordinate through the city. We'll be providing that workforce to the contractors as well. Yes, all of the above. And I think this is a good opportunity to plug our workforce development focus group, because we brought together the contractors, developers, academic institutes. We brought all of the subject matter experts together to develop a roadmap for us moving forward. And that's on our tampagov.net. And it has all of that outlined, where we're bringing all of these divergent workforce systems together to be able to communicate in the fashion you just described. Well, what they can do is what they will know is that there is plenty of opportunity out there in the development that is ongoing today. As far as the apprenticeship program, they should go on to tampagov.net and look at the workforce development and see what type of a program they can get involved in right now that will lead them into this apprenticeship 6 months down the road. And Brenda McKenzie is the star of that. I tell you, that was such an amazing acquisition for our team, was to bring Brenda McKenzie on. Any other questions? All right, thank you guys very much. All right, good job.
We're we're shaking hands now. I like it. I miss it. I miss it. I miss it. I miss it.
Hey,
Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Sorry that I came late.
No, that's okay. It was actually perfect.
Hey, Tim, how you doing? Oh, virtual. Good to see you too.
Virtual.
That's funny. We had the thing for the WWE the other day,
Yeah.
and the Rays were there from Lionel and Rosin, and both of them.
I know.
Years.
I know.
I was like, oh.
I miss it. I miss it. I've always been big on handshakes. My son used to have a teacher that would always elbow him, and I said, son, you shake hands.
You make eye contact.
Yeah, and this was before COVID. In a way, it's arguable.